Hey YouTube land, just Jax back again. Time for another little update, if you will. Let's switch the light over a little bit. So since I started my job at a serving position, the hours didn't work with the way that I had been working out. I was getting up fairly early in the morning. My oldest brother works overnights, so we'd actually meet up at the gym when he got off of work. And that worked for a couple weeks, and then I started my serving job, which I started at the end of May. Once I got into that job, I was walking a lot. It was so bad that because of my health, my feet weren't healing. I blistered so bad that I literally wore chunks of my feet off in different areas and ended up having to go to the doctor because my wife and I were really worried that it would not heal because it wasn't healing. We were worried about me getting an infection. So it was really kind of a stressful time at first, and my body just wasn't used to that much activity in that way, from walking 10,000 plus steps per shift, all the carrying of the dishes and everything, and carrying of food out. It was a lot for me at the time, and so from that and switching sleep schedules, I am more of a night person. But just being that active in my job, my body really needed the days off that I had to really rest, to be ready to go back and be that active again. I have gotten used to that now. I'm a lot healthier than I've been in a while, from finally having a Crohn's medication work for me to also just being stronger. And that strength comes from being on testosterone. That strength comes from being active at my job. I will be leaving that job, and I will be switching to a new job at a retailer. It's just time for a change. That place was not working out for me for different reasons, and this place is actually closer to home. And like I've said before, we only have a scooter, so if weather is possibly going to get bad again this weekend, so getting back and forth, going halfway across town just is something I can't do in ice on the scooter. It's really unsafe alone in the rain. So there's a couple reasons why I'm switching. So since May, I have not been in the gym until yesterday. One of the first things I realized about switching this job is I'm going to be switching my sleep schedule back, so I can be available earlier in the day, because we won't be open until 1 or 2 a.m., 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. like the restaurant. I will be home and done at the latest by the time I normally eat around right before happy hour at the restaurant. So it's gonna be a big change in that regard. So I realized I'll be getting up earlier, which means I could possibly go back to the gym. And so I did. I met up with my brother yesterday. I walked on the treadmill for half an hour because I still like to try to keep my steps up on my days off. Not as active, but I keep them up from walking the dog. So I was like, oh, let's get some time on the treadmill. I tend to not use the treadmill because I do have problems with my shins. So I also wanted to see how my legs felt today, and they feel pretty good. There's a little soreness, but not like what I normally experience. And my legs have been a problem for me since starting testosterone. So the fact that they're not as bad as I thought they could be today, let alone my shins feel fairly decent, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I contributed that from walking so much at this job so far. So I think that's a good sign that maybe I can also start using the treadmill. I'm not going to go crazy and start running, but I can at least walk for half an hour on the treadmill. And I did it at a slow pace. I did it in an incline, but I did, a decent pace, around 2, like it was 2 or less. So that, that's still being active. It's still more than I would normally do on a day off, which is always what I say. At least I did more than I did yesterday. That's always my motivation to keep going. You don't have to start out with an Arnold Schwarzenegger workout. You can't do that from the get-go. As long as you do more than you did yesterday, that's progress. So the other thing that I started, randomly while I was at the gym and doing a massage chair during my cool down, someone had shared on their Facebook this push-up challenge. And I comment, it was like is so many push-ups, a comment is so many push-ups, a like, comment, and share is 50 push-ups. And I was like, okay, I'll motivate them, but I'm gonna motivate myself. I've seen several YouTube videos about gentlemen doing a 100 a day push-up challenge for a month. And I tried a couple of times to get into those and I couldn't do it and I couldn't do it. I was like, well, this will start it. This will start it. If see how far people push me, I'll do their challenge and then I'll build from that as a go. When I woke up today, the final tally was over 200 push-ups is what I was challenged to do. So I was like, this is my sign. This is my sign. I've been wanting to do this 100 a day push-up challenge. So this is it. I'm going to do the 100 in one day and I'm going to go from there. And problem was I woke up at noon. So I have 12 hours to do 100 push-ups today and I can't see the clock because of the light. I can't see the time. Oh, that was bad. So it's 7 o'clock now. I'm 70 push-ups in and I just have 30 to go to get at least the 100. And after that, we will see. I'm not going to use it as an excuse. I do have to be more careful with my body because I am forever a crony. No matter how well I feel, I still have to make some allowances for it. I'm not using it as an excuse, but I did use the bench press yesterday to see where I was at, and I was still able to bench press 70 pounds, which was good, but I also built up. I did a set of 10 on the Smith machine of the 20, and then I added 20 pounds, and then so I went up to that 70 and back down. So I could have possibly did 100 push-ups yesterday, and I don't know it. I don't know what my final tally was of how many I did. So I was already sore when I started this. I'm 70 in. I'm pretty sore, but I'm still gonna do it. My Instagram story of today has it. I have a little video of the first that I did with Spike was there watching me, trying to figure out what was going on. So I am going to continue this journey. This is something I normally don't like working at home. I actually really don't like it, just like I would never like to work from home. Just being an artist and pushing myself to do pieces and stuff is hard enough, so I have to have a separate environment. Like I have to go to work to work. I have to go to the gym to gym. But being able to be strong enough for the first time in my life to be able to do this many push-ups, it's a little crazy to me. It's a nice feeling. It hurts, but it's a nice feeling. But I've never been able to push myself to do something like this before because I wasn't strong enough. My female body could not handle what my mind wanted to do and wanted to be. And I could be mad at myself for not working out the last 5 months because I could, be 5 months further along in, what I feel like I could look like if I tried. But there was a reason for it. There's no sense in me sitting here and belittling myself over a decision that I made for a good reason. It wasn't a lazy one. I still within reason watched my diet. When we had stuff better on the menu that I could eat, I couldn't just sit there and eat a salad every day, but I switched from eating just fried cheese sticks every day quite a few months ago. So I've been making better decisions. I still don't snack as much. I do honestly think that could be from not having a cycle anymore. Because I would really crave chocolate and not realize why I would crave chocolate till So I still have treats, but like I don't sit there and just binge eat anymore. I haven't been on prednisone for a while. So while I'm in a good place, there's no reason to keep pushing further and better along. So there's nothing wrong with making a decision for a good reason. I was still active those 5 months. I still feel really good. I've lost 15 pounds total since starting testosterone, which is not a common thing. For a lot of people with the larger hunger and, the bulking and everything that your body goes through and needs to do, a lot of guys put on a little bit of weight. Some put on a lot more. So I think my experience with prednisone cravings and realizing what my body's doing and wanting and then making better choices has helped a lot for me and made this a little bit easier a process for me, for my body. So I don't know where to be the same weight, but see how different my body is, but have also lost weight and not see the results where I want to see them still, it's still a learning process. It's still, it's not shameful. I'm not ashamed of my body. It's still, I don't know, I could wake up and look like the guy that I feel like I want to look like and wish I could look like, just like, just like any other guy, and probably still find something to be insecure about. That's like self-confidence that I'm still going to have to find. And that's a learning process of just learning to love myself. I love myself enough to put my transition first and to work for it and work towards it. And now I have to love myself enough to make more commitments to myself, which is what I'm doing. I put this challenge on Facebook. People challenged me. I made a status saying this is what I'm doing, and every time I've done a set of 10 push-ups, I put it on there. Not necessarily for anybody else, but for myself, so I could see it, so I could keep track. I could have kept track of it on a piece of paper, but also this will pop up next year, and I'll see it, and hopefully I'm doing just the same thing or something better for myself in some way. Or by this time next year, I'm hoping that I've had top surgery and that I'm recovering. And, this will motivate me to be like, hey, whenever you heal, this is where we're going to go back to. I don't know. The only thing I can say is whenever your day one starts for something is whenever it's supposed to. And that's okay. Whether you're waiting for your first day of testosterone, whether you're waiting for your first day of post-op care, whether you're waiting for the day that you come out and put your transition literally first and let the world know that, you are male, you are female, you are gay or lesbian, whatever that may be. Your day one is important and it's a good day. And look forward. Look forward to day 2. Look forward to day 3. Keep going. And that's the only advice that I can really give right now because I need to give it to myself. And once again, that's what I'm doing this for. And if, my message to myself helps somebody else along the way, then that's great. I appreciate every time someone tells me that I helped them along with helping myself. That's a truly humbling experience, and it's a great thing to be proud of. I'm just doing the best that I can, which is all that you can do. So that's it. So here's to your day one, and here's to my day one, and let's keep going. Let's see what we can do, because, you don't know it, but we're doing it together. See you next time.